So I think the Gen Y population in India is about 200 million, and it's very common to find over 50% of the middle management band across industries in India to constitute Gen Y. An interesting research by Corporate Executive Board recently revealed that 64% of high-performing, high-potential employees across industries in India constituted Gen Y. So that's a very, very sizable population. They're an HR director's nightmare because they're exceedingly good at what they do. They're very matured individuals, and they don't plan to stay. So retention is a big challenge with this group of people. I think the market in India is very interesting, particularly for those who are postgraduates. Again, even technical staff. There are more jobs than good, capable people. So there are more companies chasing people with experience and people from the right schools and so on, as compared to, the number of jobs are a lot as compared to the availability of talent. So people have a choice, and they know it. So I think what this generation has done to employers in India is made them more conscious about what they promise people as part of their employer value propositions. So if they're saying that they offer great careers, then here is a group of people who are going to turn around and ask the employers, where is the great career you promised me? If they offer them great growth opportunities, job clarity, great work environment, great co-worker experience, they're going to come back and ask you questions on where that stuff that was promised at the start of their careers really is. And if they find the employer not being forthcoming in terms of being able to fulfill his promise, they just get disenchanted and move on to the next employer who's going to give them that. So I think as a result, what Gen Y has done to the Indian job market by being as demanding as they are, and we had a recent debate at one of the conferences I spoke at where the general feeling was that Gen Y is more demanding. And my submission to that is that they're just actually more asserting of receiving the promise that was expressed to them at the start of their careers. So they expect that promise to be delivered. I think the previous generations didn't have enough choice, and so we settled for lesser from employers. Gen Y is forcing employers to become better, which is great news. So, I have some research I've been carrying out the last 2 years in the area of Gen Y, and I have the following insights on this. I think to start with, employers need to state their employer value propositions clearly when they go out to hire young talent. So if you have a wishy-washy role job description, or you just have a statement of coming in on campus to hire management trainees, and then you fix that with the function that you're going to be hiring for, that's not enough for these folks. They need to know what the job content's going to be. They want to know, they want to have a clearer picture on the role, on what they would be doing every day. Which is great. They value how they spend their 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours, and they'd like to know what's going to be the content of their role. Oftentimes, they'd like to know who they're going to be working with. They would like to check with seniors and other alumni of their institutions before they actually make their decisions to join. And they would like as much information as possible about career and growth. And they treat all of these as promises. So whatever are the answers that employers are providing these people, they got to exercise a fair amount of caution on what they're saying the job's going to be, what they're saying these people can expect in terms of training and development, what they're saying in terms of the kind of culture they must expect inside the organization, what they're saying prospective employees can expect in terms of career opportunities and growth. Because these folks are going to hold employers accountable for what's being said at the start. So to me, employers who are interested in hiring Gen Y in the long term need to make sure that they state these up front and then have mechanisms inside the organization to deliver on these value propositions. I think what goes a long way is in the bag of value propositions, what goes a long way is being able to offer them a structured development program. So for instance, if employers go out with a coaching and mentoring program on offer, I think Gen Y will lap it up. I work for an organization where we hire anything between 1,200 to 1,800 trainees at an entry level. We hire them in 11 different programs, And we offer them a formal mentoring program when they actually come in, which means they will be attached and anchored to a mentor inside the organization, a senior leader who will take charge and great interest in their development and their learning, and will be responsible for whether or not they learned during the first year of their program and thereafter. I think that is hugely attractive for them. A promise on how their career will progress should they perform well. I think that the clarity on how the career path will progress and the kind of exposures they can get, the opportunities for rotations or the opportunities for cross exposures is very important. So career is a big one with this generation. I think there's research that backs this as well. The whole host of people who do the engagement surveys say across generations, across industries, across geographies, careers is the central piece on as an engagement driver. So careers is a big one with this generation.